Guys, I got another one for you today. I am out here on a lake in Northeast Florida catching specks. Now you probably know them as crappie where you live, or maybe even sockeye. I got Jason with me. You remember Jason from the Mossy Pond video? And we crashed at his pad in Astor, Florida last night. But what this video is about is how an average guy can go out and catch some crappie in a Florida lake. I do not have any specialized gear. We're just out here in my 20-foot bay boat. I'm using the rods, the same rods I use inshore for trout and redfish and things in the saltwater. And it's not the best gear for the job, but I'm gonna show you how you can use what you have to come out to a Florida lake and catch some crappie. I hope you guys enjoy this one. We've already got a couple fish in the boat. Well, good morning, y'all. We are going to grab some minnows and put the boat in the water right here. We're at the St. Johns River. It is one beautiful morning, I can tell you that.
This should be a whole lot better.
And wages that are comparable with better.
Have never been out to the St. Johns River, anywhere from basically west of about Melbourne, Florida, all the way up to Jacksonville. It's a beautiful river, and I talk about this a lot. It is old Florida. It's a part of Florida a lot of people don't go enjoy or see, and I definitely recommend you guys come out. Even if you don't fish, just ride around and enjoy the beauty. We are idling to the lake that we're going to fish. The lake is adjacent to the river, and I've never fished in this lake before. I'm going to implement some things that I've used on other lakes in hopes that they'll work here. I think they will, and you can use these same methods and tactics on probably any lake in Florida that holds fish. One key piece of equipment is a nice trolling motor, because we're going to be trolling at about 1 mile an hour, and the outboard just really can't do it. You probably could bump troll and stuff, or even drift if you wanted, but depending on the wind that day, we're going to use the trolling motor. These are just my trout and redfish rod, guys. This is not specialized gear for crappie fishing. This is just my 20-foot bay boat, and I want to show you guys that you don't necessarily need all that fancy gear and to feel intimidated to come out and do this. I just came out and started trying with what I had, and was able to be successful. I mean, sure, if you had live scope and all that stuff and the fancy rod holders, you probably could be more successful than me, but you don't have to have it. That's what I'm trying to show you guys today. This is all we're doing, just a 16th ounce jig head, a little swim body, and we're tipping them with minnows. I don't even think you actually need the minnow, but I kind of figure, why not? They'll eat them both ways. I always put minnows. Come on, we got our first fish of the day, y'all, and I don't think we were completely ready. and it is not the targeted species, but it is a stud red breast. Oh, we're out here for crappie. That's a red breast. I thought it was fighting, like I bet that it was fighting. I'm like, man, that's gonna be a huge crappie, but that is no, actually that's a bluegill. A pretty bluegill right there hit our jig, but I think he'll eat. He's gonna go in the live well. You never know, we might need him at the end of the day. All right, we got our first crappie of the day. Hold on, I can get the net. Nice long handled net is nice to have. Well, that's a nice one too, man. Oh yeah. That, look at that. That is a real nice fish right there, bud. Yeah, buddy. He'll go in the live well. And that's a quality fish right there, a keeper all day.
That's right.
You're allowed 25 per person. I don't think we will get there or would even want that many, but we'll see what we can do. I'm gonna hit mark. All right, guys, we just basically had a double hookup right here. Try not to lose this fish. Oh shit, let me get the net for you. I was paying attention to his fish and this one got hit. I didn't even see it. Let's see here. You always want to pick them up with a net because they do have soft mouths. But that is not as big as Mr. Jason's fish. But that'll keep all day right there. These fish are really pretty. If you've never caught one, Florida black crappie, beautiful and delicious. Fun to catch. Blue and chartreuse, we're tipping those jigs, and he caught one orange and yellow. Both on the long rods. Third fish, y'all. Just try to bring them in kind of straight. You're good, don't worry about it. Yeah, coming around, coming around. Yeah, success. That's another big fish, man. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. We don't suck. Look at them pretty in the sun. Nice work, bud.
Yeah, man.
Any of you guys can come out here and do this. I do not know how to crappie fish. I am just a dude who kind of figured a little something out, and you should come out and catch some fish. It's a great time, especially for kids. Oh, there we go, there we go. Fish on.
Get him.
Here we go. He's just a little guy. Nah, I got him.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Yeah, he's not.
he may eat.
Yeah.
That's just a small one, but a fish nonetheless. We'll put them in the live well. If we catch a bunch, I will let this one go at the end of the day.
Instant.
You should have grabbed it.
Ah, that's good.
Let's see.
That's good.
I gotta do some weaving.
And try to grab this net.
Oh, this is a big fish, dude.
Uh-oh.
This is a really big fish.
Nice.
Oh man. Ah. Whoopsies. Oh, see, and that's why you always use the net. He was barely hooked, but that's a quality fish right there. That's what we're out here trying to catch. They're so pretty in the sun. But that's 6, I think. And what we're actually doing is what they call long line trolling. We're just trolling little small jigs across the lake. As you can see, I do not have specialized crappie fishing rod holders. I just have my leaning post with 3 rod holders and 2 gunnel rod holders. I'm actually fishing 5 lines. The key here is to stagger your distances so the lines don't get tangled. And I just got them as straight behind the boat as I can. I'm not trying to go crosswind. I'm either going with the wind or against the wind, and just keeping them straight behind the boat. We are using a Minn Kota trolling motor with the autopilot feature, and we're trying to keep it about 1 mile an hour. So we're going very slow and trolling these jigs out here. We're gonna hit a spot that we caught a couple fish each time I went over it, and that, if you do have a chart plotter, is something, if you catch a fish, hit mark, you know, and you can troll back over that spot. Sometimes these crappie like to be together, and there's not even necessarily structure there, they're just there for one reason or the other. He's there, he's there. He's just not a very big one. You want? Oh, this is a monster, guys. Hey, I thought we missed him, but he just wasn't big enough to really bend these rods, you know, and they're a little bit stiffer than what you would like, but we will put that guy back, let him grow. But we were very close to where we caught our first fish, so it's funny that they're right here. Oh. We got the hot rod over here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a netter. Where's that? Nice. Oh, it's right here. That's a keeper. So this side of the boat is, or this side of the lake is the ticket. Yeah, this is where it's at over here. That's a pretty one right there. That will go into the live well for dinner. Now, tell me if you have any other ways to cook crappie, but I am partial to fried crappie. I feel like that's the way to do it. Looks like another good one. See, folks, this is where a nice long handle net comes in, and you keep catching the big ones, man. That's kind of rude.
Well, yeah. You'll have that every once in a while.
Got him. There he is. Right. And them things are pretty. They got all kinds of greens and golds and silvers in them, but he'll go right in the live well. We're doing pretty good. I've lost count now, but I want to show you guys what I'm fishing with here. This is a toadfish Carbon Elite 3000 reel on a 7-foot 6-inch medium heavy with a fast tip. Is this the best rod for catching crappie like we are right now? Absolutely not. Are we doing it with it? Absolutely. If you want to buy one of these from Toadfish, I have a discount code, TugTrash15, and I will put the link to the affiliate on screen with a QR code. But this rod right here is a great all-around rod. I'll catch redfish on it. I'll catch trout, sheep's head, crappie, bass, anything. You know, if you're just gonna have a couple of rods in the garage, it's a great one to have. All right, guys, it's 11:19 in the morning. We're gonna call it for the day. I got some stuff I gotta do later. It is my brother's birthday today. Oh, look, that one's missing the minnow. But we're gonna count them up here in a second. I think we got 7 fish, and now by crappie fisherman standards, that is not necessarily a banner day, but I wanted to show you guys, and like I said, I stressed how, you know, your average Joe who maybe doesn't know how to crappie fish, like me, could come out and get himself some crappie for dinner, have him a fish fry. I've had better days, I've had worse days, but you can use what I've shown you here today to come out and do this. One little trick too, if I want the lure to run deeper, I'll put a little split shot about 2 feet up from where my jig is, and I can control depth that way. Another way you can control depth is by how far the lure is out. The farther out it is behind the boat, it will sink deeper than the ones very close to the boat. So you may want to think about, on your short lines, adding extra split shots, and your long ones have them be lighter. Well, so let's see what we got in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our bluegill right there. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna let that bluegill go. I've got him here. Big dogs. 5, 6. This is not going as easily as I planned it. 7. That's 8. That is all. So we finished the day with 7. That's not bad. That'll be 2 fish fries, easy. Now we're gonna take it back to the barn. Just do it, just a little bit of the tire sticking out usually is just right. Okay. That should be good. Would you look at it? Just look at it. We are back home. We have these beautiful Florida black crappie. Down here in Florida, they do grow big. These ones are just average size, but I've got another spot I might go to catch some really big ones. But I'm gonna fillet them out for a fish fry tonight. Show you guys, if you don't know how to fillet a crappie, they're pretty simple. I hope you took home from this video how just your average Joe can go out and catch themselves some crappie on pretty much any lake in Florida that is known to hold the fish. But I've got my toadfish 7-inch folder. That's my favorite fillet knife. I kind of come in, get them right behind the head there, like that. Same thing that I always do. Tip of the knife right down the back, marking that fillet. Marlon, you're gonna be quiet or I'm gonna kill you, all right?
She wants me to throw the ball.
Then, with the tip of my finger, I'm gonna feel that fish, feel his skeleton, and I'm kind of just pushing that flexible fillet knife down. See in here this beautiful white meat crappie. This is one of, in my opinion, the better freshwater fish. Tilting up, they got big old rib cages on them. I hadn't done one in a while. And then once you get up and over that rib cage, you take that knife, follow it down just like that, and there's just a little bit of meat on the bottom of the rib cage that you try to get there. If you don't get it every time, that's fine, ain't no big deal. Just hold it down, take them off like that. Just like any fish in the world, I'm gonna grab it with my finger, come down to the skin, and I'm just gonna grab that, push down and out, just like that. That beautiful Florida black crappie fillet. This is something that's interesting, is the slime that comes off a black crappie is actually black. See that on the board? It's just kind of funny if you have some in the cooler or something like that. What is that? It's the slime is the same color as they are. But we're gonna finish these up, take them upstairs, and have us a good old southern fish fry. We have the goods, but I'm gonna fry outside just so I don't stink the house up right before Christmas. But before that, I'm gonna make 2 things. We're gonna make hush puppies, but we're gonna kick them up, and we're gonna make daddle pink sauce. The daddle pink sauce is easy. It's just mayonnaise. Y'all know Duke's is the only mayonnaise that exists out there. Everything else is just disgusting. So just for this little bit, 2 little scoops of mayo. Homemade daddle sauce, I have a whole video on that. It is the local pepper here in St. Augustine, daddle, and we make a spicy condiment with it. It's not hot sauce like you would think. It's more, has a consistency more like ketchup or sriracha, and those 2 mixed together is an amazing little fish dip. And we call it pink sauce because it's pink.
So.
Hush puppies. This is my secret family recipe. You buy the House Autry. They do it really good, and I've tried to make them. You can't make them better than House Autry. That goes in the bowl, and then I'm gonna kick them up by putting some diced pickled jalapeno. We'll just do, kind of squeeze a little bit of that liquid out. Let's say 2 forkfuls of those bad. Well, go a little bit more. It's gonna be a lot of hush puppies. We probably won't eat all. Then a half cup of water. The trick to this is mix it up ahead of time, get it all mixed, and let it sit for a little bit. They will kind of poof better in the oil. Poof. You can guess, man, but if you just use a temp gauge, makes your life way easier, and you don't, if you try to guess, you might ruin a couple pieces of fish. So I just use a temp gauge. I get up to about 375, and I'm gonna put fish in. That'll drop it down, but it won't drop it below like 340. You get nice crispy fish fillets. I just put that House Autry in a bag and start with about 6 pieces.
Marlon, get away from that.
Each.
That's hot.
Go, baby girl.
It's gonna get burned.
She's fine.
Okay.
You made me lose count. There we go.
But they have Christmas trees on them.
Yeah, you probably paid extra for that. And then shake it up. It's shake and bake, and I helped. And that mustard really gets a nice, like, thick coating. We are at 340. Here we go. We're about 375. I want that nice sizzle when I drop those pieces in. Just like that. Want these to be crispy. What you're looking for here is for it to be nice and golden brown, and also for those fillets to start to float. That is the sign that they are done. See how my pieces are starting to float in that grease? That's kind of what I'm looking for. You know, they're cooked through, and I want them to be nice and golden brown too. I don't know, someone might answer this question. Why is it the fish always wants to float together when you're frying it? Must be some sort of scientific anomaly. We are just pulling the last little bit of our fish out here, and we're gonna go in with our hush puppies. Those drain in there. I'll leave that piece in for just a minute, but I can start my hush puppies. Need 2 spoons. Come around here. Put your phone down. Pay attention.
Why are you bossing me around?
You're full time now. 2 spoons. I get 1 spoonful like that, and then I'll just push it off with the 2nd spoonful.
When you
I kind
it in.
of like it when it's kind of got like little crazy edges and everything like that, because it'll get really crispy when it fries up, you know.
Right.
So I don't like them rolled up in a perfect little ball per se. Like I said, this is way more, and it expands too when it goes in there. They puff up if you did it right. So there's way more hush puppies than we'll even need. Oh yeah. There it is, our southern fried black crappie. Down here in Florida we call them specks. I've heard people refer to them as perch, crappie of course, and sac-a-lait. Crystal's making us eat on these.
I'm not making you eat on it.
Well, I'm eating on it, ain't I?
You're the paper plate king.
And our ugly hush puppies with the crispy edges.
They're quiet
I'm
dogs.
gonna try.
They're not hush puppies, they're quiet dogs.
Oh, well. So,
I got my pink sauce on my Santa.
I don't even know why we get plates. It's just you and me. We're gonna eat off of that thing. Dip it in your daddle pink sauce, like that. What do you think, babe?
It's good.
Crystal is not a huge fan of freshwater fish in general.
This is good though.
I like little crispy, crunchy pieces, little thin pieces. I honestly like eating the smaller crappie. Those real big ones I don't like nearly as much.
This is really good.
So
It's the catfish I don't like.
you love catfish. The last 2 times I made it, you said it was good. I love catfish. Mullet loves catfish.
For that one.
You want some, bub? Oh yeah.
Trying not to eat with food in my mouth because everybody hates it.
Just that one guy. I think we blocked him, so it doesn't matter. I should touch on that. If you come in the comment section feeling some sort of way, I'm not going to respond. You're just not going to get to watch anymore. So, better make sure that you're absolutely done watching Tug Trash Outdoors.
Yeah. Especially when you say my ears are too small.
Anyways, I'm not giving the haters any more airtime. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you go out and try these tactics on a Florida lake and catch some crappie. Now, if you're already a seasoned crappie fisherman, you know there's a bunch of other ways to do it that gets more complicated and better and technology and gear. But I just wanted to show a little tutorial for an average Joe, guy like me, who could take his bay boat and the stuff he already has in his garage, go out and catch some crappie. Merry Christmas. Well,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. By the time you see this, it will be after Christmas. Wishing you guys a Happy New Year. Thank you so much. We're so appreciative of every single one of you. And we'll see you on the next one.